Wow. You know, I was fighting with Dr. Ruse because I don't want to be after him, right? After that captivating speech, you know, I'm not even going to try to compete. He set the bar too high. Anyway, just like Dr. Ruse, Dolph, Ling, Jason, Daniel, and I, myself, we all serve on the committee of this California Investment Forum. And I really want just to share with you why we do this forum and how to make best out of it. I always believe that in any one era, there's opportunities, investment opportunity that is unique to that era. For the past 20 years, that era is between US, China. Everything you do, you want to go to China, right? Everything you do, you have an idea, you bring it to China, you make money. You make money. You have Google, China has Baidu. You have eBay, China has Alibaba. Really? You have Uber, they have Didi. So, but time has changed. US and China are no longer in honeymoon, for lack of a better word, right? They're more like fighting couples. We don't know whether they're going to get divorced, but they're fighting. So that changed the entire global economic background. So because of that, so much money has left from China, especially during the pandemic, and hasn't recovered since yet. The capital has gone to Singapore, Australia, Europe, and now because Singapore and Australia are so flooded with money, they don't know what to do with it. They're finding their way back to the United States. And a majority of that are finding their way to California. And that makes California a very unique and interesting place. And I want to focus on, there's so many sectors and industry in California that's worth for you to study. But I want to focus on 3 sectors. Number 1, as Treasurer Fiona Ma alluded to this morning, California is the 5th largest economy. If we were a nation, we rank behind US, China, Japan, Germany, and then we have California. And among the 5, we rank highest in GDP per capita. So that's saying something, right? We currently have close to 40 million people in population, and this number is expected to grow to 45 million by year 2000 and I think the year 2050. So it is no secret California is facing a housing crisis, right? The State Department estimated that California currently needs 1.8 to 3.5 million dwelling to satisfy the need that we currently have. And this is projected to even get worse because the rising in population, right? So residential area housing is definitely a sector that's worth to be looked at. And then when I talk about residential housing, most people think, oh, building housing. That's one. There's so many things, projects you can do. You can build housing for apartments. You can build housing for colleges. You can build housing for UC, for state university, for community college. They all need housing. And government is going to help you do it. There's so many programs out there. You just have to look. It's all open source, really. But in addition to traditional building, how many of you heard of ADU? Accessory dwelling unit. So new laws have been passed in this sector. AB 976. What's AB 976? Assembly Bill 976 made the removal of the owner occupancy requirement for ADUs permanent. What does that mean? It means that you can now rent your ADU out without having people living in your actual primary unit. It used to be that you couldn't. Now you can. AB 434, Assembly Bill 434, requires every city to have a set of pre-approved ADU plans in place. What does that mean? It means a faster approval time. It means that if you go to a city and say, I'm going to build your pre-approved plan, you can do it. AB 1033, this bill potentially allows city to permit the separate sales of ADU from the main house, meaning you can sell ADU as a separate title. This is huge. So this, just the ADU law changes alone will open up so many opportunities in not only building of ADU and selling of ADU and renting of ADU. Now that's just the residential side. Let's talk about commercial real estate. I know not a lot of people are excited about commercial real estate, right? Because the recent rate hike, which depresses the commercial real estate across the nation. That's, that's cyclical, right? Rates goes up, commercial real estate goes down, vice versa. But there are some fundamental aspects about commercial real estate in California that's worth for you to talk about, to look at. For instance, high-speed rail. California is building the first true high-speed rail that's connecting Las Vegas to Rancho Cucamonga. And in this line, by the way, they broke ground already a few months ago. And this line, this high-speed rail system is scheduled to be completed by year 2028, just in time for the 2028 Olympic. Think about the real estate potential it will trigger along this line. This line is going to go through Las Vegas, Victor Valley, Hesperia, Barstow, and we have a mayor of Barstow. Paul, say hi. He's the mayor of Barstow. I'll talk about why Barstow is important. And Rancho Cucamonga. Already the real estate price there is much higher than before, but opportunity is still there. Take Barstow, for instance. BNSF. How many have heard of BNSF? It's a huge nationwide real estate system. Not real estate, railroad system, owned primarily by Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett invests $1.5 billion in Barstow, doing what? They bought up 4,000 acres of their land, right? To do what? To build a logistic hub. Barstow is already federally designated to be the logistic hub of the West. And not only that, it is federally designated an opportunity zone. How many of you heard of opportunity zone? How many have not heard of opportunity zone? Opportunity zone means if you invest in that area, you do not you delay your capital gain tax. But if your investment lasts more than 10 years, then you eliminate it. Your capital gain tax is eliminated. And you can use reinvestment of your other investment into those opportunity zones. It's like government giving you free money, right? So that just commercial, and there are cities like Barstow, there's city like Adelanto, but anyway, we have the mayor of Barstow here. I really encourage you to talk to him. He's sitting there with his daughter, I think, right? All right, so now let's talk about artificial intelligence, AI. I mean, a lot of you guys talk about AI already, right? It's transformative. It's sort of, AI has been around for actually 3-4 decades. It just really blew up because of generative AI, ChatGPT, right? That happened 2 years ago. And it's like right in our faces and in our lives. But anyway, it is unrefutably the fastest growing sector. It's a market of about $150 billion now, and it's growing a compound rate of about, what I have here, 36% annually. Okay, and a third of the world global AI companies are in California. Just in Silicon Valley alone, there are 10,000 AI startups. Okay, so just figure. And AI, it's not just ChatGPT, right? AI can be taken into so many different applications. In healthcare, I've heard, company talk about using AI as healthcare. I've heard company talking about using AI for aiding police work, right? In finance, in transportation, autonomous driving, Waymo, a robo-taxi, even using in military. The F-16 was flown by AI. But anyway, the Possibility of application really is endless. Okay, so look into AI, look into real estate. And a third sector I encourage you to concentrate on is clean technology. Clean technology is something that California and federal government really, really care about, to a point that they pass laws. Okay? California Climate Crisis Act, AB 1279, set an ambitious goal of achieving carbon neutrality by 2045. That's a huge, huge deal. Advanced clean cars regulation. All this is not idea, are not built. These are already laws. Says to achieve zero emission cars, all 100% zero emission cars by year 2035. I heard people talk about that. Well, to achieve those numbers, how many charging stations do we need? How many batteries do we need? How many clean energy production units do we need? How many storage units do we need? And we are way, way, way beyond, which means it's an opportunity. Okay? Not only California government is pushing, federal government is pushing it. Just like Sanjeev said, 85% of lithium batteries are currently produced in China. 90-some% of cathode active material are produced in China. US government does not like that. So through series of initiatives, including Inflation Reduction Act, government is trying to incentivize entrepreneurs to bring manufacturing back to United States. That is a direct product of a souring US-China relationship. But that's a new opportunity, right? Sanjeev said earlier, his company has received how many million? 70 million non-dilutive fund from government. 70 million. Not loan, not investment, grant. Why does government give him 70 million? Because government need people like him to bring battery manufacture back to the United States. Government cannot do that themselves. Money to federal government is printing monopoly money. I mean, that's true. Why not take advantage of it? Right? Why not take advantage of it? And almost it's as if it's meant to be. In addition to federal regulation and state regulation that's so-called favorable to clean energy production, manufacturing in California. Just January 2024, Department of Energy declared that they found the world's largest deposit of lithium. You know where that is? Salton Sea. You know where Salton Sea is? It's 120 miles away from where we are. It's a 2-hour drive. So they nicknamed it Lithium Valley. Just like how silicon was discovered in Southern Bay Area in North California. So hence Silicon Valley. Now they discovered so much lithium, they call it Lithium Valley, right? The world's largest deposit. It's estimated to be able to produce battery that can, I think, support 400 million cars or something. So now you have the Mother Nature's help, you have government's help, you have the geopolitical help, the geopolitical risk that's helping you. Why not seize the opportunity? This is really an opportunity of a century. Okay, in investment, I think there's this, I don't know whether they're saying, but I say this a lot. Usually, the people who really win the end are people who make the right decision at the right time, whether he knows it or not. Effort can never outcompete choices you made. If you made the wrong choice, the harder you work, the wronger you are. Seriously, right? If I want to go to New York and I head south, well, I'm going to find myself in Mexico. But if you find the right direction, if you make the right choice, I am going to east, I'm going to New York. Whether I'm walking, bicycling, hitchhiking, or flying, I will get there eventually. So making the right choice, making the right decision in the right time is probably the most important things one can do, investor or entrepreneur. If Steve Jobs did what he did 5 years earlier or 5 years later, there would not be Steve Jobs. If Elon Musk did what he did 10 years earlier or 10 years later, there would not be Elon Musk that we know of. So I believe, not only from my own personal observation, I mean, I'm sure federal government doesn't just, blew away billions and trillions of dollars for nothing. I'm sure there are hundreds and thousands of analysts who study this to have the conclusion, right? Even Warren Buffett said, it's always a good idea to bet with America, not bet against America, right? So I think we are really in a transformative point of inflection. And this is what this CIF is about. How do you do business? Well, just like Dr. Ru says, you have to go out, you have to communicate, to meet people, right? Well, the only thing we are just trying to do is provide a place of convenience so people with investment can be matched with people who need investment. And that's why we are here. So not only, I know, for example, Justin, he is trying to do fundraising for his own company, which is submitting his plan for FDA review. It's great. But the things you hear today, even though it's not related to what he does, can be shared to his friends, right? For example, if you have a buddy who wants to buy commercial real estate, go to Barstow. You have a mayor right there, get his number. It's always good to have a little side hustle. All right, so, well, my time is up too. So anyway, tomorrow is great. Tomorrow we have Marcie Frost, who is the CEO of CalPERS. CalPERS is California's pension fund for government officials, government worker, basically. It's also the nation's largest public pension fund. It manages over $560 billion. The CEO herself will be here tomorrow. And so ask her, even though CalPERS is a fund of fund, but CalPERS has 1% allocation in VC, which is $5.6 billion of VC money. So talk to CalPERS, talk to UC investor today, just mingle, chit chat, share ideas, share business card. All right, thank you.